An explosive ending to football Sunday capped a wild Week 7 for the NFL. Several games came down to the wire. The fourth quarter comebacks and deep touchdown passes were featured, and some fans were hanging their heads after some teams committed costly errors, many of them unforced, including a trick play that went horribly wrong. So CBS Sports senior NFL writer Will Brinson is here with us to review just what went down on Sunday, including what some are already considering the most entertaining matchup this season. So glad to have you, Will. I tried to breathe life into those words, but I'm pretty sure a couple of lines there you were like, she doesn't know what she is saying. Anyway, let us start with the Seahawks Cardinals game. It was a nail biter. Going into overtime after a late surge from Arizona. What happened in overtime?
Well, by the way, first of all, you sound exactly like you knew what you were talking about. Believe me, when I know somebody who is trying to sound like they know what they talk about football. That's what I do every day. Second of all, I would say that the Seahawks have never played. They have never played a normal game in the history of their team on a primetime spot. And this is a perfect example because they were up 10 with 2 minutes left and could have run out the clock and instead somehow end up allowing Arizona to come back. It goes to overtime. The Cardinals go down, and Cliff Kingsbury actually attempted a field goal on second down from 41 yards out after losing 5 yards of the play. They miss it. They then Russell Wilson is intercepted by a rookie, Isaiah Simmons from Clemson, who played 3 defensive snaps the entire night. Kyler Murray takes him down to get inside field goal range, and Arizona makes a 48-yard field goal. Zane Gonzalez knocks it through to give the Cardinals a signature win for their season. Seattle, I think when you look at this game in a larger context, Seattle is still very good, and they have Russell Wilson. He's a fantastic quarterback, probably still the MVP leader, even though he threw 3 interceptions on Sunday night. But I think it really shows you that Seattle's going to have to be perfect on offense to win a bunch of games this year because their defense just can't stop anybody. And I thought it was an impressive effort by the Cardinals not to give up. They stayed in the game. They fought hard. And defensively, they put up a nice effort to try and mitigate, what otherwise was an outstanding performance by Russell Wilson.
So, Will, let me ask you about DK Metcalf and the play. Tell our viewers what happened. And give us your thoughts on the Metcalf takedown.
Yeah, so essentially what happened was they're down at the goal line, the Seahawks are, and DK Metcalf runs a crossing route. Russell Wilson attempts to throw to somebody else on the right side of the field. Buda Baker, the star safety for the Cardinals, jumps the route, grabs the ball, and he's taking off down the field. This is a walk-in pick six. He's going to score on the other end zone because no one's going to catch anybody with that sort of a head start, running full speed with the ball in his hands. And then all of a sudden, DK Metcalf comes flying out of nowhere. He got up to 22.64 miles per hour, according to Next Gen Stats, walking down Buda Baker and tackling before the end zone, an incredible feat of athletic display. And as a result, the Cardinals ended up going for it on fourth down, don't even score. He literally saved a touchdown, and he became a turbocharged meme on social media with people posting all different stuff. Metcalf, of course, as a lot of people know, one of the just an incredible specimen physically, just a freak of nature. And he fell in the draft. And ended up he's become one of the most dominant wide receivers in football already in just his second year. And frankly, looks like the steal of the draft for what he's been able to do for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks.
All right, Patriots quarterback Cam Newton was benched during their game against
Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There you go. So why did Bill Belichick bench him, and do you think there's any sort of regrets about letting Tom Brady go at this point?
I mean, it would be hard not to regret Tom Brady leaving and seeing what he's doing because he's playing so well in Tampa Bay right now. But in that game against the 49ers, really it felt like kind of a mercy benching. Cam was playing awful, 3 interceptions, 9 of 15 completing passes, just not playing well. And they just needed to get him out of there and let Jarrett Stidham take over. You sort of have to wonder, and I mean, I'm not trying to I think this is just a fair question to wonder. Is it possible that Cam is having some lingering physical issues or mental issues. You talk about the fog because we had COVID like 14 days ago. I mean, you just sort of wonder, is that something that he's dealing with? Because it's possible that could take its toll on you from a physical and mental standpoint. And he just didn't play well. He just didn't have it on Sunday. I think he'll bounce back next week. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Patriots and you're seeing how well Tom Brady's playing, and you're seeing how much of a struggle it is for this team to perform, there's not a lot of offensive weapons there in New England. But yeah, there has to be a little bit of regret right now for Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I was thinking about that he had tested positive, just got out of it, as you say, 14 days ago. And we don't really know the effects of this virus long term on people's bodies and their health. So, yeah, that was interesting. Let me ask you about a preview of what we can expect tonight. Bears, Rams.
Yeah, so I'm making a running gag out of it that I picked the Bears to finish last in the division. They're now 5-1. I am picking the Bears to win every game from here on out, solely so their fans will not come after me on social media. But I do think this should be a defensive battle on Monday night. Probably won't be some sort of Star Wars offensive explosion. Probably won't be crazy like we saw in Seattle and Arizona. Total here is 45, so nobody's expecting a lot of points. The Rams are big favorites. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago won. This is a team with a pretty good defense and okay offense. I think they can get it going a little bit on that side of the ball. Nick Foles needs to step up and have a nice game. But, Chicago, this could be like a 19-16 game where Chicago steals a victory. They're underdogs by 6 points. Feels like a little bit too much for me. But look, let's credit, too, the NFC West. This is a really, really good division. All four teams are playoff caliber. And Sean McVay has done a fantastic job of sort of resurrecting the Rams offense and getting them going. The offensive line's played much better. Jared Goff's played much better. I don't think we'll see a shootout tonight. I think we'll see a close game. Wouldn't surprise me if Chicago pulled off the upset. But, look, the Rams are a very good football team. And get ready for some defense is what I'm saying.
The Bears. Will Brinson. Yeah, man. Thank you very, very much. I remember that old skit where they go like, it's gonna be a nail biter for the Bears. 142-3.
That's right.
Thanks so much, Will. We appreciate it.
See you guys.